Another Baltimore police officer was acquitted today in the death of Freddie Gray. Gray died while in custody in April 2015 after suffering a spinal cord injury in a police van. The officer driving the vehicle, Caesar Johnson Jr., was found not guilty of all charges he faced, including the most serious count, second-degree depraved heart murder. The judge rejected the prosecution's claim that Goodson gave Gray a rough ride, intentionally putting him at risk. That makes him the third officer tried without a conviction. 3 others are awaiting trial, and 1 is awaiting a retrial. Kimberly, I'll go to you first, because when the district attorney filed these lawsuits, I remember you said this will never pass. Yeah. They'll never be convicted because of the way that she did it. And I just wonder about the police officers and what they've gone through.
Horrible.
For what it was kind of a rush to judgment political decision.
Yeah, these cases should not have been filed to begin with. And, anybody who's been a prosecutor or tried a case, either on the prosecution side or in defense, knew that. This was definitely based on a political movement, and that is supposed to be the last thing that justice seeks. You're supposed to be seeking out the facts, the truth, the evidence, evaluating it. She didn't even wait for that. She doesn't deserve to have the job that she has. It was such a miscarriage of justice. It's horrible what she did to these families, to these officers. In order to have depraved heart murder, basically you have to. It's the equivalent of like throwing a loaded gun in a hallway where it's and it goes off and there's tons of people packed out. It's likely that somebody is going to die or have great bodily injury from it. So you would have to say that they intentionally did this specific act that they knew would result in great bodily injury or death, that they acted in a conscious disregard of the known risk and with disregard for human life. And it just doesn't meet that standard, not even for a filing. The judge that has presided over these cases is outstanding, and we've been talking about that on Greta's show.
Well, let me ask you, Juan, do you think the residents of Baltimore will accept these outcomes?
Well, you have a divided community. Obviously, right now, it's a strong racial divide. Most of the white community, I think, never was backing Marilyn Mosby, the Baltimore state attorney that Cajun's talking about. But what you have in the black community, I think, is that disappointment to some extent. And you have a feeling like, well, did Marilyn Mosby bring this effectively? And if so, how do you hold police accountable when they do something wrong? And so there's all these kind of questions. I think right now there's concern about making sure everybody feels that they're being heard, everything remains quiet. That's where it is at the moment.
All right, Eric, I'm sorry, we have to be quick.
We got to go just very quickly. Kimberly called it from day one, overcharging.
Absolutely overcharging, and now she's disappointed the African-American community because she led them down the path thinking this was outrageous and that there would be justice, and that's a disservice too because now they're confused and frustrated and they shouldn't have been. Yeah, overpromise and underdeliver, and definitely overcharge.
You think the cops got a bad rap based out of this?
I think so. You can, there's good news. You can get justice even if you are prejudged by the media and by the prosecutor.
Right.
This guy got the justice. And the second part is, do the looters even care? Are they even following the story? No, they've moved on.
But guess what? This wasn't juries, too.
Yeah.
This was a judge. So I think it was better to take the hype out of it and the emotion, because you can put it to a jury sometimes in cases like this. You never know how it's going to turn out.
All right. One more thing is up next.
Everything you're good at now, you were once pretty bad.